Let's try e4. Because last time d4 didn't work so well. Alrighty. Knight f3. And what else? All right, let's get in c4. This is an accelerated dragon. I do have, I believe it's an accelerated dragon, right? Without d6. It does allow for c4. This was a great fear of mine very early on in my chess playing career. I don't think I ever shared this before, but I remember always thinking, if somebody went with that fianchetto, well, first off, the word fianchetto was like a little bit intimidating to me, and because I didn't really know, it was like a new word to me, and I assumed that if my opponent was going with those type of maneuvers, that they really knew what they were doing, and anyhow. I always played not so confidently early on, even still today. Yeah, there's a quick little tip. I feared the fianchetto. Alrighty, so I have d4 watched over here. And what else? What is the scoop? Alright, a6 is looking at that b5 advance at some point. Not right away. c6 hangs. I have a space advantage. Okay, some pieces are coming off the board here. Might be seeing knight d7 or that, which is a bit unusual. I want the light square bishops off the board, and I want my knight to be able to sit on d5. I think queen d3 is a good move. I have two things in mind with this. Just connect my rooks, allowing for rook to d1. But I might also want to play here, and after a capture, I am, watching out for maybe an f5 break by having my queen on this diagonal. Now, knight d5. Knight d5, knight d5, knight d5. What do I do after that? Bishop takes, pawn takes, the rooks are in tension, the queen can come out to A. Yeah, she's very active there, isn't she? What a pest. What about b3? Yeah. Let's not be too quick to pull the trigger on the knight d5 move. Let's just go with b3 and then get my other rook on the d file and put pressure on d6. All right. Yeah, then what is black going to have to do here? What is he going to have to do? Little bit of a time edge. Okay, and now I'm going to win a pawn because this move isn't working out. Deflection. And you know what? I was a little bit... in the last game analysis I did, Game 7 of the World Chess Championship, there was a particular bishop move that When I initially viewed the game, I was wanting to point it out during the video, but I didn't. It was a possibility for black to play a bishop to f4 move, for those of you that are familiar with that game. A bishop f4 move before playing queen to b8. I wish I would have remembered to touch on that particular move. Is there any rush? We're taking that rook. Not seeing it. I think actually black is in a very, very serious bind. That rook can't go anywhere. If my bishop remains on b6, there's no pawn break on the queen side. Okay, so now it's instead of being up in exchange, it's going to be a position with no imbalance. Instead, just me being up a pawn. So let's recapture. Paired double rooks now, and I'm really liking just keeping my bishop right here. I guess knight d7 is there, isn't it? And if I move my bishop, what happens? b5. This knight is unprotected. Unless I play here, but still, it's very awkward. So what I'm getting at is maybe I should just play here and allow the bishop to be captured. Something seems off with that too. We're headed in an opposite color bishop ending if that happens. What a pain. Bishop here. b5 I could take. Is that working out? I think it does actually work out. Let me go here. Bit awkward. Bit awkward. I think watching over my knight is important though. Watch over that knight. Okay, now I could take. So let's take. This bishop can't get active. I have this square covered by my rook. And now I should take with my bishop. I'm on this knight now. If knight here, I don't want to do this. I think I just want to move my knight soon. I also need a flight square. I think this is best. h3. I'm under a minute. On that knight twice. What a pain. Ugh. I really would just want to like take here or something. Let me just try that. I want to give something back just so I could get here. I have 2 pawns and a minor piece threatening a fork. I'm just doing this to buy some time, get my king involved. There's a bishop check. I'm not too worried about that. They are going quick. I also have control over this. I'm going to take that. I have 2 bishops. Okay, this is good here. Go quick. Grab this pawn now. That knight is pinned. Let's come over here. Get rook activity. Stop that knight from going to d7. Let's just give a check. And bump up. Go, 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 go. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Oh, okay, now the knight is falling. Bishops are rolling right now. Mate in 3 possibility. 1, 2, mate in 2 possibility. Okay, there's just sidestepping some checks and then that's it. On g8. Oh man, okay, good game, Snowzard. Let me back up, flip this here, and let's see. So Sicilian Dragon, Marcosi bind, Maroczy bind. Right here. Is a6 the move? I think the other one to be going with is knight takes, bishop to e6. I can't be 100% sure of that. I also have seen after the move you've played, instead of e5, and this is probably the biggest point, because then d6 becomes very weak. So consider knight here. Actually, I'm still liking bishop e6 with then like knight d7. Basically like a repositioning type of thing, or not repositioning, but a rearrangement of the pieces where you play your bishop to e6 to watch over d5, and then once it's watched over by the bishop, then you maneuver your knight to d7, welcome a dark square bishop exchange, and then maybe look to get the queens off with the later queen to b6, since your knight, again, would be on d7 at that point. So bishop here, knight d7, dark square bishop exchange. Your knight could also just eye the c5, e5 squares, and then you could still try for maybe that b5 advance, or even, I was saying queen b6. Maybe there's even a queen to a5 or something. But I think there's something off with the e5 move because of just this square being already well under my control, and now it's just something that's it's a hole now at this point. But that turns out to become difficult to defend. You do it with the rook, I guess you're having to like go backwards, but this is again a position to just avoid altogether.